Hello everyone, welcome to class. Today in data analysis certificate course, we're going to be looking at the foundation of data analysis and looking at the 6 steps process to data analysis. So if you have not listened to the last class, you need to listen to it where we discuss basically the roadmap for a data analyst. And then in that roadmap, you can be able to see the essential things you need to know, the concepts you need to learn, the skills you need to have, the technical skills, the soft skills, the core skills you need to do your job, the main job role of a data analyst, what you are expected to do on a day-to-day basis, and all of that were covered in the last class. In today's class, we're looking at the step process for a data analyst. So we've always said is that a data analyst is someone that is able to break down a large concept, a large chunk of concept um, into smaller pieces, and from that smaller pieces we are able to derive insight, we are able to derive conclusion, insightful conclusion. We're looking at when we talk about data analysis, we're talking about analyzing data. Like I said, it's a very simple concept. Let's think about it like a football match. In a football match, now people do analysis a lot. People do data analysis without even knowing they are doing that. So you're looking at the football match. You are analyzing the performance of the players on the pitch. That's data analysis. You are looking at the amount of times a particular player kicked the ball. You are looking at the amount of times he was able to face the goalpost. Look at a very simple example. Those days where there's this Atletico, there's this match, what they call classical match, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Then you see Messi, they'll tell you Messi versus Ronaldo. So everybody is focused. Oh, Ronaldo had 6 kicks at the goalpost. One was on target, two was off target. Oh, Messi had 5 shots on the goal. Three was on target, this was not on target. Messi helped Barcelona to create 4 chances. Ronaldo created 5 chances. They played five. All of those things is analysis. So we are breaking the match. The match is, this is the match round, the whole match. We are breaking it down into small. They were not analyzing the players, analyzing their performance, analyzing their contributions to the match, analyzing the goal possession and all of those things. And at the end of the day, we are able to bring out insightful conclusion. We are able to bring out insight from this that okay, from the performance of this team, we can be able to see that this person is going to win this match. And people can even use that analysis to make predictions. People do betting and they can say, from the way I'm seeing this match, Barcelona will win this match. They could go ahead and make predictions. So that is just data analysis without you having to do a lot of work. So we do data analysis on a day-to-day basis. Like I've always said, everything, every interaction we have is a point of data. Every time we our working pattern, if you are going to work, is data. Our behavioral pattern in terms of watching movies is data. Whatever you interact with on social media is all data. The pages you go to on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram is all data. And this data is always suggested to the companies to know how much of that same type of information they're going to give you. So it's very important to understand that data analysis is not an abstract thing, not a big thing. It's just you being able to break down data and be able to analyze it in a way that you're going to derive a very insightful conclusion from it. But now the data analysis has a process. There's a process to data analysis. Basically, we talked about the function and the job role that time where we discussed that an analyst connects data, they prepare data, they remove and clean the data to be able to see if there are any errors, they process the data, and they work on it, they derive conclusions, they share it. So let us now look at it in terms of the phases that data analysis have. So we divide it into 6 phases for a better explanation, right? So we have the ask phase, ask. We have the prepare phase. We have the process phase. We have the analyze phase. we have the share phase, and we have the act phase. So let me explain all of these things. Now, these are the six-step process that a data analyst uses. Remember, data analysis is more of solving a problem. So, as data analyst, you are employed to solve specific problems that the company or the organization have. So, in solving this problem, you really need to understand the concept of the problem. You need to define what the problem really is. Understand the problem properly. If you're working as a freelance or you're working for a company, you need to understand who are my stakeholders, who are the people that really have interest in this company or in this problem. Then what do they want as a solution? What is the expected solution? And again, what is it I'm supposed to do? Understand the scope of the problem. Because if you don't understand the scope of the problem, you cannot get a solution for them. So in the ask phase, which is the first phase, all we are trying to do is to be able to know what the real problem is, the real crux of the problem. So ask, you understand the challenge to be solved or the question to be answered. So a problem can be a question to be answered or a challenge to be solved. So the stakeholders will likely give to you what the challenge to be solved is. So you must know your stakeholders. Is it the CEO of the company, your boss, or your team lead, or whatever it is that is giving you the problem to solve? So you need to ask the right questions, because if you don't have the right questions, you might not probably get the right answer. The next is to prepare. In the prepare phase, you will find and collect the data you need to answer those questions. So you have to find and collect all the data you need to answer those questions that you have asked for and you have understood. So you need to identify where do I need to get this data from and verify that it is accurate and useful for answering your questions. Next phase now is to process. To process now, you need to clean and organize your data very well to ensure that it is correct, it's accurate, and there are no inconsistencies with it. And you can fill in the missing values. If the format of the data is not presented well, you can change the format to ensure that the data is correctly presented and it is now ready to be analyzed upon. The next phase is the analyze phase. In the analyze phase, what you are trying to do here is to be able to uncover answers and solutions. And depending on the kind of problem that it is, you could be able to use different statistical methods like averages, categories, whatever it is, you're able to identify what statistical solution to use and be able to break it down so that you can analyze properly. The last phase now is the share phase, where you are able to share the findings to decision makers, and through a report or presentation or data visualization, you are able to show them what the solution is. So always remember these six phases. The six phases are the ask phase, the prepare phase, the process phase, the analyze phase, the share phase, and the act phase. So whatever the problem is, you need to know how to use these six process to be able to solve the problem. So let's imagine a problem like a company director tells you that there is a low sales of this product in the last 6 months. They've observed a low sales. So they bring you as a data analyst to be able to see why the sales is low and provide solutions to the problem. The first thing is to be able to ask what the problem is and understand it, which is low patronage or low sales. When you understand the problem, then you are now, after understanding the problem, then you now know the type of data to get. So the data you get is their sales report. You can be able to ask for data from their sales dashboard, maybe their database, to tell you to give you their sales reports for the past maybe 1 or 2 years, because you want to have a broader concept of what's going on. So you can ask for their sales for the last 1 or 2 years. So you are able to see and look at it properly to be able to know what happened for the last 6 months that the sales went low. You are also able to check out other external factors. You are able to look around to see the historical data that during this period, what were the main challenges that companies of this kind had. Is this low sales peculiar to your own company, or is it peculiar to every company? And even if it is peculiar, why did it happen? So a data analyst is like a detective, is always questioning and questioning and questioning until he's able to know the real reason a thing happens. So once you are able to identify that, then identify where to get the data from, then you are now be able to process the large data to be able to see where the problem is coming from. So you can be able to process it, arrange it properly, remove duplicates in case there are duplicates, remove inconsistencies, then arrange it, let it be a proper document to work on. Then you can analyze it. So during the analysis phase, you can be able to uncover different things you observe, trends you observe, patterns you observe. You can ask the question like, okay, why is this and this and this happening? Why is this and this and this happening? So from the data itself, you cannot be able to tell the proper story while you are sharing to your decision makers that this is from my own observation. I observed that this low sales was due to a weather condition that happened during this weather condition. People were reluctant to buy, or you can understand the fact that this is due to the complex nature of the website. People that want to buy, you observe that when people get on the website, after 3 minutes they bounce off the website. So it tells us that the process for completing their purchase is too bulky. So they can now, that solution can be presented to the design team. They can work out a new design to be able to make the process less bulky, and the development team can work on that. So with that now, they're able to observe that they've gotten a solution to the reason they're having low sales. So it's probably because the bulkiness of the process. So maybe you feel this thing, you do this thing, maybe it is too bulky for people. So they observe that they only want to buy, but once they get a particular place, they turn back. So you can decide to shorten that process, or even get after one or two process, you are able to get their email and their stuff and retarget them again, and you try to retarget them so that they can also. So without analysis, you might not even know the reason why they are turning back. You might just think they're turning back because you don't want to buy. Maybe they want to buy but the process is too long. Maybe they want to buy but the whatever it is not encouraging. Whatever it is, they are able to answer it through data. So we'll stop here, then we'll move to the key skills that a data analyst needs to have.